In this video, I want to discuss about karma. And before I get into this discussion, I want to connect with my higher self. Higher self, guide these channel messages. I intend for all of these channel messages to be channeled directly through my heart. Connect with me now so that I may clearly, precisely communicate the wisdom of my higher consciousness in a way that is received within all of those who will watch this in their heart. I intend for this to be an activation, to be an encouragement. So higher self, download the power and stream it out of my heart and allow this to penetrate all those who will watch this heart. I am open. I am ready to receive your messages on karma. So first I want to say about karma, very important. You cannot cut somebody else's karma. All we can do is simply activate. And when I say activate, what we are doing is we are rising the karma within that person to the surface. Now, what they do with it at the surface of the chest is their own decision. They can either deny it and shove it back in, or they can face it. What is karma? Our heart. A lot of the karma energy is stored within the heart because the heart is the portal. It is the portal to our Asatchic records, in essence, a portal to our many, many lifetimes on Earth. It is the center point. We can see the pineal gland as our higher consciousness, as our Asatchic record, our wisdom. But the heart is very much the energy that downloads that wisdom, and projects it out, like the sun energy. And the sun rays being ourself, our manifestation, that is us, right here and now. The manifestation of all of that wisdom, of those desired life experiences, the map of our soul, our Asatchic records that are projected in our personality, our chosen relationships, our parents, our obstacles. The sun energy, like to say the portal of our heart, is the center, is the projection of our Asatchic records. So when a lot of us, we have these buried karmas, and karma is overall just unresolved energies that have lingered within our portal. I like to see it as a clogged artery. When you look at a clogged artery, you see this nice tube, a tube, and what happens is there's got this accumulation of unhealthy things on the walls, and what happens is the tunnel, you could see the stream of energy, it gets so clogged by this unhealthy that the energy can't move through the current, so it gets kind of choppy and blocked, and when that happens, we get into the weirdness within our energy. Weirdness as in we aren't creative, we feel dull, we feel depleted, we feel depressed. It's because the flow of our higher consciousness, of our creativity, which is the same thing, it can't get through the tunnel, the portal of our heart, because we got all this stuff on the wall energy. It's just like walking through a hoarder's home. You can't really move around efficiently, effectively, because there's just so much stuff. And all of that stuff is just things that we denied in one lifetime, and then maybe something else arised, and then we denied that. So then it becomes like the hoarding of files that we tell ourselves, I'm going to look at that in another time. And then that another time becomes another life. And then we have the thing in our heart energy that's kind of clogging our heart space, preventing the current of our creativity to come through, and we don't know what that is. We don't know what it is. All we know is that we have some habitual pattern, some cycle. We have these weird habits that we do that we don't understand, but it stems from a past life that we just got so scared by the thing that we decided it's better to deny it, shove it back into the portal than to face it. Because at the time we were really scared. But right now is your opportunity, if you're watching this, to be completely clear. That is the definition, I like to say, of consciousness, is clear. You are clear. That tunnel, just like a tunnel, your vein, when we talk about clogged arteries, think about it. When your artery is just, the tunnel is nice and healthy, you've got the energy, the current moving nice through. Nice through. And that clear is a sense of freedom that we want. Because then we can begin to truly step into our power. And it's not even stepping into our power, it's more of starting a life that isn't bound to these things that are with us. That is freedom. Can you imagine? You're starting a life. It's very hard to really start a life, such as you are human, you were born, whatever time you were born. I was born 1995. I want a life. But sometimes we are born, you could say, a lot of us, born 1995, and we're coming into this incarnation literally with an aura that is like a hoarder's house. So that right there, it is really difficult to experience a new life when it is like a hoarder's house in our heart's portal. You get all these ties and all these we're bound to so many people and so many patterns and unresolved things that we can't really maneuver through this life as it is a new life. It becomes just a life that is bound to this unresolution. So how you can clear your own karma is to simply, when it rises to the surface, you have to sail to that. I can handle that. I can handle whatever this is and face it right then and there, because what we have is we have people, they're clenching up. They're like, I don't like that. I feel shame. I feel judgment. I don't feel good. I'm just going to deny it. And I'll do it another time. I'll do it next week. But the next week becomes I forget the thing. And then months go later, it rises to the surface and you don't know what the thing is. Therefore, you don't know exactly how to pinpoint the issue for resolution, because you don't know where the root is. So that's why a practice, you could say, of meditation, a practice of healing every single day, because I've said this in many videos before, we are constantly as humans absorbing things, because the collective psyche as a whole, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of, in essence, psyche hoarder houses, psyche karma, unresolved habitual patterns that we are too scared to face, that we will face eventually, because if we want to, in essence, experience a new life, because just because you're born doesn't mean you're experiencing a new life. A lot of people is just like a spin-off of another thing, another life. But if you want to experience a new life, literally a new life, not just you're born and that just means you're a new life. No, that doesn't mean anything just because you're in a different vessel that it's a new life. A new life as in where you have where you are clear, where your channel is, that portal is clear, where you can begin to express that new embodiment, that new life that you as a soul want to experience. It doesn't just mean I'm going into a new life and I'm a new vessel, therefore I'm in a new life. No. That's why we do Kundalini, that's why we do yoga, that's why we do healing all the time, so that we can clear the space, so that we can begin to create the new life. You can't create a new life if the space is just too much got going on. So you must make a decision, and you can't clear somebody else's karma for them. Again, we just activate and we encourage them, gently encourage them to face the thing that is keeping them. I have Guru Jagat's saying about sin, which is, her definition is, sin is you're doing something that you keep doing something again and again that you don't like doing, but you keep doing it again. That's like sin, and I like to believe that it is kind of the self-sabotage that keeps us in this karma thing, is sin. Not the biblical definition. Sin as like Guru Jagat's definition. Something we keep doing again and again that we don't like doing, but we do it anyways. That is the self-sabotage. Such as, I'm going to give an example that is my own sort of personal experience with this karma discussion. I've connected with a friend, someone who I met, who instantly I knew their spirit guides brought him to me for their own healing, like critical healing. And he has a really heavy cord attachment, obsession to a relationship. And being intuitive myself, I know, I felt this energy really the first day that I met him, that he has some heavy duty unresolved cords to a particular person that really stems from his childhood and the dysfunction. Sorry, I got a lot of smoke. The dysfunction of his family, particularly the feeling unsafe, distrust of the security in love. So what this is showing up is unreciprocated love. Therefore, he's holding on to a relationship that is not reciprocated and thinking that is what is safe. It's quite mind-blowing. So for myself, I knew all of this. So therefore, I don't engage in a romantic relationship, and just recently got a text about, hey, you want to come over and have sex. And this is my generation. This is what we got going on a daily basis. You want to come over and you want to have sex. I did not engage in any sexual activity with him because of this energy that I intuitively know within him. Because sexual energy for him and for a lot of the generation is just simply, you're denying whatever that energy that's rising to the surface. You're using that sexual energy as a way to kind of just shove it back in. So I wanted to share that, my own sort of personal experience, because that is what a lot of times we are doing. It's a distraction. We use either sex or some other thing to distract the thing that's rising up. Because the Aquarian Age is about wisdom. It's about looking at the thing from a wise perspective so that you can be free. So we have a lot of these triggers and all this stuff rising to the surface in a lot of people. And we got this energy of being scared, because the moment we stuffed it in ourselves, that point in our life was maybe very scary. That's why we shoved it back into us, because we felt like we couldn't handle that. It was just too much. It overwhelmed us. So we have this fear, anxiety being scared attached to that. So when it rises to the surface, all of that scared energy rises with it. So through the practice of someone doing their own spiritual work and becoming a strong person, they'll have that thing rise up, and they'll have that same fear and scare that is attached to a lifetime or a childhood or event or something that happened that really was traumatic. They'll have that rise up with that unresolved thing. And through their practice of today, deciding I can handle it, deciding I am mature, I'm ready to face it because I have to face it, because I want to be in a new life. Then right then and there, we can begin to welcome the thing that's arising within our heart portal, and welcome it with maturity, with wisdom. I thank you. You've helped me to become strong. Now I am ready to discipline myself. Discipline myself to let this go, just like a hoarder's home. It's not something that is just, decide overnight and then you're not in that mental state anymore. It is a discipline. Everything is a discipline. Karma, clearing of karma is a discipline, or helping someone who is a hoarder. It is, for them, it's a discipline. You just have to decide when. When is it going to be today? Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be next life? Or you could be 50 years old and deciding to discipline yourself. But the thing is, the planet is really encouraging us to experience accelerated growth, because the planet is ready to receive our new life. Because as we know, this isn't sustainable, what we've got going on with our energy system. Environmentalism is the most important thing. And for environmentalism, true environmentalism that's sustainable for the longevity for thousands of years, it's going to require us to step into our new life, which is new life. Aquarian breed is genius breed, innovative breed, non-conventional, unorthodox breed. In order to get into that, we have to be in our new life. And that's why the Aquarian Age is pushing us all. That's why we have a lot of these Kundalini triggers, activations, pain, grief. That's all like vomiting out of us, our aura, out of our heart chakra. And it continues to vomit because we have a lot of stuff that we have shoved deep within us. So we think that we vomited the big thing out, and then 6 months later we're vomiting again, because in the Dark Ages, thousands of years leading to now, and throughout dimensions, the fear, the scared of being in a dangerous environment, okay, not having the stillness or the peace of the environment to heal the thing, is caused us to just shove it in, deny it back in. Because if we don't have a peaceful healing environment to heal the thing, it's very hard to heal the thing. It's like trying to heal your inner hoarder house energy in a hoarder house. It's really difficult. It's really difficult. So right now, the spaces of like healing is really opening so that people can understand that those dangerous environments, those hoarder house environments, I like to say, is gone. They have an opportunity now to be in a nice, clean place so that they can heal, to truly heal. So Aquarian energies is giving that through community, through Kundalini, through yoga, through friendship, through nature. You just have to be willing to go to that kind of places within your heart, within your mind, within nature. To follow the calling of your soul wanting healing, so that you can really vomit out all of that stuff, like an illness. When you vomit, you're getting rid of an illness. It's cleansing your body when you have diarrhea or when you're vomiting. It's literally bacteria, get out, get out, get out, so that you can, in essence, be healthy. And that's what we have going on globally when it comes to this triggering stuff, this pulling back, this weird energy that is showing up in people, like the weird funks that are just coming out of nowhere, the anger and frustration, and the pity parties and this, moody whiplash thing. Because that. The Aquarian Age is wanting us to start a new life, and we need to get rid of clear our karma. It's not getting rid, because rid is like a judgmental thing. It is a clearing of the karma, and that the clear is thank you. I thank you. You've helped me become a stronger human, more capable of asserting my powerful embodiment that I am. Thank you. And thank you. And that right there, it is, you have let the thing go. It is intention, and it is prayer, and it is discipline, all of that combined. And some people do in this lifetime, some people do in the next lifetime. But we will all do that, because to be free is to be in the state of letting go constantly. Just like your body is constantly letting go. Always your body is letting go. Your body is letting go more than it's holding on. Yeah, we may absorb, but at the same time, our body is letting go just as quickly as it is absorbing. It's just we kind of stun that letting go process when we attach all of these mental definitions to this stuff that we've absorbed. That halts the letting go process. It stalls it. Because we attach so many labels to everything we experience, and a lot of those labels, those perceptions, are going to be rewired, upgraded, because most of those perceptions are non-reality. It's just perceptions are not coming from our higher consciousness, coming from our why state. It's coming from our I'm a victim, just stumbling around state. That is our lower state. Seeing if my higher self has anything else that she would like to communicate about karma. Again, we cannot clear other people's karma. My higher self is mentioning about people are entering into relationships, intimate relationships, as in committal relationships, with the idea that they can clear that person's karma, and once they clear their spouse's, partner, or their lover's once they clear their lover's karma, then they'll be able to connect. No. They have to clear their own karma, and they have to meet you in their new life. That is a divine partnership. That is a divine partnership. And you come together and you're starting this new life. It's not as though, there's no triggers and stuff coming up. It's just you're both on that path of a new life. Like you both have to clean your house. It can't be like, I'm going to help you clean your house and we are a divine union. I feel like this is what my higher self is saying. No. Because what that does is it creates this relationship dynamic, dysfunctional giving and receiving. Lopsided giving and receiving. That is more connected to a karmic relationship where I've given you all of this stuff, now you need to give me. That energy. So the divine union is you clean your house on your own, through your own discipline, your own practice, and they clean their own house, and now you're stepping together in the combining your two clean houses and deciding to work together to maybe clean any little things that you were invisible to you but now are in view. So it's both people deciding to be on a new life, not just one is on the new life and the other is just kind of I still am scared of the thing. Because then, like I said, it's going to create this relationship giving and receiving off balance that's more connected to karma. I gave you this. Now you have to give me that committed relationship because I was there for you. That you know what I'm saying? That hardness that you could feel in my expression of it. So I feel those are all the channel messages my higher self would like to channel through my heart, and I hope this evoked something within yourself that can help you better maneuver through this age we got going on. Satnam.